For those of you who were here last semester, this is a good chunk, we had elections for the officers and we explained what they did. But for anyone who joined us this semester, we never really explained what the people with the fancy badges do. So what we're going to do is spend a little bit of tonight talking about what those roles are, and if they sound appealing to you, you can run for election on May 7th, in just a few weeks, and serve your Toastmasters cake. Huzzah. All right. Role Playing 101, your guide to Toastmasters Executive Committee roles and responsibilities. We won't actually talk about Dungeons and Dragons, I promise. It's not that kind of role playing.
Get out here then.
So, Toastmasters is run by the Executive Committee. The officers in the room, can you guys raise your hands? Hello. We have, Joey unfortunately is not here tonight. Anthony will be here much, much later. Deanna, as you know, isn't able to come very often because of her other work commitments. And I think the rest of us might be here. So, some clubs have annual elections. We have it twice a year because we have semesters. People graduate, people leave. And membership changes from semester to semester. So that's one of the reasons that we do it twice a year. Our elections are in May and December. There are 7 elected positions. Tom over there is the 8th position. He is the immediate past president. That's not elected. It just sort of happens. You're sentenced to another term, whether you want to or not. Congratulations. So Anthony is our president. He presides. He is the highest ranking officer. He deals with the higher-ups at Toastmasters. He works with the rest of the officers to try to get us to do our jobs to varying degrees of success. That may or may not happen, but it's certainly the goal. One of these days we'll get it right. He's also the human resource. His job is to make sure that we don't pull each other's hair, what's left of it, and yell and scream at each other and divide up the spoils of desserts like we should. So he's also the mommy and daddy of the group as well. Vice President of Education, that's me. This person is the next ranking officer in the event of a coup where the president's away. I promise I did not kill Anthony. I did not dispose of his body in a dumpster out back over that side of the union. I swear.
We'll see when the evidence is
That's
there.
also where I dispose of other stuff.
Oversees the education program. We gave you, most of you, 2 different books, either last semester or this semester, because we know you don't get enough school books here at Sac State. So we felt we really need to enrich more homework. So that's what we do over here. The mentor program, for those of you who joined, hopefully you have been able to meet with an officer or a mentor and go over your early speeches. I hope so. If you haven't, please or somebody afterwards. So we really want to match people up with experienced speakers. That's an important part that we're starting this semester. Club contests, they happened. That's all I'm going to say. And this person does the weekly agenda. You can put interesting things on the agenda if you have some good ideas. Talk to us. Vice President of Membership, raise your hand. If I leave out a part of your duties, please let me know. He tries to get people to join the club. He's a salesperson in real life. He's a salesperson at the fantasy land of Toastmasters as well, so we are lucky. He increases the friends bring friends, friends bring friends. You know Mr. Ponzi, you know how that goes. And if Anthony and I die, he'll take over the meeting. You're never going to get through me. Anthony, maybe, but no. And he greets people at the door, or wherever they happen to be. So, luckily he's very friendly, and if you saw him at the table during the semester, you know how he would stop anyone that would walk by. I'm not that brave, but we're glad we have room to do that.
Worst thing you get is a no.
That's true. Or a kick. Vice President of Public Relations. This is Deanna. You saw her run the club contest a few weeks ago. She was here last week. And this person is, amazingly, it's the position that needs to be at this meeting the least. Her job is to convince all of those poor people that aren't in Toastmasters out there to come and see the light. Her job is to try to bring them in, and then once they're here in like the magical fairyland, he reels them in and has them become members. It's a truly oiled process that we have going here. But her job is to make this look good to everybody else on campus, the other clubs, They try to make, we want to work together with the other clubs, put messages on Facebook. We want to, her job is to make us look pretty, or whoever, has the public relations job. Vice President of Communication. This is Joey this semester. His job, you get emails from him every week. Sometimes if you're very special, you get 2 emails. And one of them is usually more complete than the other. He'll use all sorts of methods of communication to get in touch with us. And we collect some information so that we can keep tabs with you. Sure, that's why we get information. And it's his job to keep all the club documents. If you ever need minutes of executive committee meetings, if you need past agendas, if you need sworn statements that we have an alibi, those kind of documents Joey has with him.
Are they free to everybody who asks?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
And treasurer, money bags. Treasurer's job is to tell us how broke we are. It's one of our main jobs. Make sure the money gets from you all to the club to Toastmasters. And come up with fundraising ideas, work with the fundraising committee, and get supplies off the internet. The reason that we have books is we have miraculously been able to advance a little bit of money to get the books before the membership fees get in, and he pays for the other supplies like printing the agendas, and eventually we might repair the mission statement. That's the kind of things we need money for, clumsiness. And treasurer, that would be Tiffany this semester. Hi, Tiffany. And if you're ever interested in either giving her money, which you absolutely can, or you have good fundraising ideas, we can't do a bachelorette auction. Can't do it.
No kissing booth?
I mean, I'd volunteer for that. To kiss, you know.
That's
Just,
why it's
I mean, just throw myself under the
That's
bus
why
for
it's
the
gonna
club,
fail.
you know, the sacrifice.
Please don't do it. That's why it's going to fail.
Sergeant,
It may be too much.
Is there
I'll take your
sergeant?
place.
He has arms.
Alarms.
He gavels the beginning of the session. You hear that bang, bang, bang. That usually means the fire or the meeting is started. He brings all the equipment. He brought this little thing in too. He brings a lot of the necessary stuff, like our relics. He also has arms, I think. They may be guns. I don't know. Social coordinator, Elliot. I saw you come in the back. Hi, Elliot. This is a new position that we have formed because this other 7 of us are kind of busy doing our stuff, and so we need someone to help run the social part of the committee. We want to do social events, like who of you saw on Facebook that we have bowling? Bowling's going to come in a few weeks. Yay! Thank you, Elliot. And we want to do other things too. There's been talk of a yoga picnic. There's been talk of a rock climbing wall, other fun stuff that we'd like to interact with. And there's other groups that do social events as well. So if you're part of another club on campus, and you think maybe we could do a little date, our club and another club, for a fun time out, please go see Elliot and go play matchmaker.
Talk to their groups.
And I promise, John, the bottom is a Lord of the Flies reference.
Yeah.
There's a boundary.
They are not, we checked.
How do you join? It's simple. So in 3 weeks, on the 30th, you can nominate yourself, and you can do like a reciprocal nomination. Casey will nominate Diana, Diana will nominate Casey, or something like that, for one position, whichever one floats your boat. Or you can email if you just can't make it to that night. And John, who is graduating and leaving us, he will be running the election. He's going to make a ballot with all the names for all the positions. Don't worry if there's already an officer in the position. If that's something you want to do, go for it. And then table topics for May 7th, that'll be election at night. Strangely enough, it won't be in this room. We weren't able to get the room for May 7th. We'll be in another room on this floor, and we'll have those details quickly. I forget which one offhand, but we'll get that to you. It will be in a few weeks. For table topics, you will give your 1 to 2 minute spiel on why you're the best for the position. Then you will try to encourage people to vote for you. And if you're voted, your term will start on May 14th, and it'll be for the summer and the fall.
Do you have to be a returning student to run for an officer position?
You do. Yeah, with Sac State's position, if you're a grad student, that's cool too. But you do need to be registered for classes, or at least eligible to register for classes when election day comes. Good question.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you run for more than one?
You can't. No. You can find the one that you want and nominate for that position. There are cases in which nobody chooses to run for one, In that special circumstance, people who have not been elected to other offices can try to fill that one, if that makes sense.
I thought last semester people could run for multiple roles.
They did when there was ones that had nobody running for them, like when it was
Oh,
like the
okay.
smaller ones, yeah.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm. So ultimately, when we come here for the nominations night
30th, yeah.
on Thursday
Yeah.
or Wednesday,
Wednesday.
we select, well, we choose the one we want to run for,
Correct.
and then we just kind of nominate, and then we go from there.
Yep, and then the next week you will use table topics to explain to the group why you feel you are the best candidate for that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, we'll talk to people.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If a person is nominated and no one puts on that make you get it, it's not good for the election.
Wonderful question. So the question is, what if there's only one person in that category for the position? Are they by default in that position? In that case, it's an up or down vote, yes or no. Hopefully, it'll be more yeses than nos. That would be a horrible instance if it weren't. But yes, they do need to give a presentation on why they'd be good for that, because they may state to the club they're going to start a nuclear war if they're elected, and we'll probably vote no in that case. But yes, if there's even one position, chances are they'll get it, but we do go through the
Really, yeah.
formality.
I gave an anti-speech
As long as it's
warning.
tabletop practice too.
I was like, why you shouldn't pick it.
What position are open? They're all open. The 8 of us that are entering the position, the 7 of us are deciding if they want to rerun for the election, but that shouldn't make a difference if you're interested. Sergeant of Arms will be an open position, because unfortunately John is graduating and won't be eligible. And those are ones that you can choose. Maybe you want to help, but not at the officer level. That's okay. You can help with fundraising and social. You can help with education, putting on the club contest and mentoring, encouraging people to reach the goals. You can help with women's outreach and diversity and getting more people with more perspectives into our club. There's other ways to help than just be one of the officers. So one of the reasons we're encouraging this now, and it seems strange a few weeks in advance, is because at least half of us, half of the 8 current officers will usually either graduate this semester or in fall semester. We will need people to step up and do these positions. And we want energized people that really want to do it. And if you're interested in going past competent leader, going to advanced leader goals, that does require serving your club and serving the district as well. So this can be a great training ground for that. If you have any questions, ask the officer what they do. If they can't answer that, then maybe it's a good thing for you to try to run for that position. Ask the officer what they do. You can ask to see a copy of the club leadership manual. Each job has a pretty long job description of what's involved. One of the questions I heard, there's some great questions at Roundtable last week people are asking. The great one was, what's the most important? And the answer is, they're all vital. We wouldn't even create a new position if it wasn't absolutely necessary. But each one is actually really, really important. It's cogs in the machine that have to work together. You can always see Toastmasters for more information. And that, to say, is that.